want to check them off, Pete?
Yes. And I'm going to video if you don't mind. Just because it's nostalgic.
A video now, just the countries in.
You and the countries. I think there's some stories to be had.
John, do you have a lot of pictures? Because I've got pictures that would show.
I got every picture you've ever taken, I already have. Remember, I scanned 20,000 pictures from you.
Yeah,
Some crazy number. I borrowed every album you've ever owned.
We took pictures
Every
on the way
negative.
home.
Yep, I got all your movies. I got everything.
Did you see all the pictures of Podge?
Mm-hmm.
So can you make something like that out of Dad or I?
Oh yeah, I literally have thousands of pictures of you and Dad. Thousands.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot I haven't seen.
And if I Google, Google search does automatic. If I do Luke, I have about 900.
This one? Sitting with a needle and students?
Oh, I'm sure I have that somewhere.
And that one is special. And
but if I Google or do an image search on Luke, I have about 900. And then I kind of got wimpy because of Kelsey, I only have 700. That's all our camping and fishing and Christmases and birthdays. And
We haven't taken, Dad always took so many pictures. Almost everyone is just Dad taking.
I took pictures, but I wasn't on a lot
I know
of pictures.
so I don't think he is on too many.
No, and I have all those. But one thing I don't like is when people take pictures of just scenery.
Of what?
Of scenery. I want to see people.
Special.
Well, I don't take pictures. I never take
No,
pictures.
I know you don't.
I'm gonna have
I remember that one.
I'm gonna have a 5x7 or no, an 8x10 made of that.
Yep. Costs you about $4. I've been
Marcia can make it.
ordering a lot of prints from Google Maps or
Where do
Google.
you do stuff like that?
All I do is I go to Google Photos. I just
but
click it.
that one Dad has. That we want to make a 10.
Well, at first I'd have to search it.
Yeah.
And then you just click on the right up top. It says where to print, and I can get up a 20 by 30 is the biggest size.
And then where do you get them?
They just come in the mail and I hang them up.
I mean, Walgreens or nothing like that?
No, it's Google Photos.
And they come like a photo?
They come in a tube. Yep.
Walgreens don't make prints anymore. I asked them several years back, and they quit that.
Yeah, you got to use Google Photos these days, and it comes in about 3 days.
Denise had for Luke's graduation, they were like cork things.
Yep, you can order those too.
Those are very nice.
Mm-hmm. They're a little more expensive, but you can say you want it on a what do you call it when artwork is on a canvas? That's it.
What are they called?
Canvas.
Pandos?
Canvas.
But I remember
Canvas.
Oh, canvas.
Canvas.
Canvas. Yeah.
Didn't hear it in one word.
That's paints. But
yeah, that's a great picture, Dad.
I remember flying up there. We had to land on the top of a mountain. We came in and there was a dog leg because the plane couldn't stop on time. It had to have a little more time to stop.
Oh, wow.
Now when we took off, it was easy because we took off and then we
Scary.
took off and it was just a canyon.
Wow.
So we took off there and then
Was I there too?
no,
Oh, this was Africa?
this was New Guinea.
Oh, it was the good.
I wasn't with him either. That's when he went to medical visits.
I see. Someone's calling you, by the way.
That's my texture.
Or I hear your phone vibrating. All right, Dad, you ready?
Yeah.
I want to see how many countries I've been to, not you. Have I been to Afghanistan?
No.
How about Albania?
No.
Algeria?
I don't want to go through all the...
Andorra?
Where?
Andorra?
Pandora, no.
That's African. Angola?
You can't go through 100, 200.
Angola.
Antigua? I've been there.
Where?
Antigua, it's the cruises. Argentina, no. Armenia, no.
Why doesn't
Australia.
Dad just go right from when we started our trip? And then all the countries went to get to New Guinea.
Yeah, but I've been on a lot of my own travels.
Oh,
Norway, I went to at least 14 countries.
oh,
I want to get those too. Now, have I been to See, this is why I'm doing this. Have I been to Australia
yes.
or only seen it?
No, we went to Darwin.
Yeah.
With me?
I'm coming home from New Guinea.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't remember that at all.
And you know what I asked a girl that came from Australia when we got there in New Guinea? Her name was Nona Schultz or something like that. I had never been to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting visiting with her and I said, now she came from Sydney or Perth or something. Do you have regular stores there and, big houses and like we do in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Out of a dumb question. It's like New York rather than Minnesota.
Yeah, it's like me. I've never been to New York, but I saw the Statue of Liberty because we flew over New York. The city was tiny. We were really high. I was going to Copenhagen.
When was that?
85, 86.
Where was it you went then?
I was going to Holsby.
Oh, yeah.
And I was with Sally Klausler,
Oh, yeah.
who you never found out if she got married or
No,
not.
her mom just died.
Yeah, I'll never find out what happened to her. But anyway, I saw Statue of Liberty. It was that big.
We took
we
the
were
ship
so up high.
over to Africa, to Norway. So we went right next to the Statue of
Oh,
Liberty.
did you?
Then coming back, I thought, isn't that incredible? This is my country now. This is the
Yep.
Statue of Liberty. And yet going over to Norway, all the Norwegians on the ship, as soon as they could see just a sliver of land, they all started singing and rejoicing.
And they even learned English on the ride over.
Probably.
Where today Hispanics don't know English after 30 years. It's very sad. How about Austria? Have I ever been to Austria?
Well, when we drove, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Austria.
Austria.
Because when we picked up the car,
The microbus?
yeah, microbus, then we went through Austria and then up to Germany.
That was a Mercedes.
No, I'm sorry, that was a Mercedes.
Yeah, so you haven't been to Austria.
I haven't. Okay.
We didn't go to Europe when we went east.
I'm gonna cross
out
that
east.
out.
We just went through it with all the tunnels and
Well, that was when we went to Africa.
yeah.
Okay. How about Bahrain?
No.
I know I've been to the Bahamas. That's cruises. How about Bangladesh? Have I been there?
Where?
India.
Bangladesh?
We weren't in Bangladesh,
No.
but we were in India,
Okay.
right?
We were in India, yeah.
In Barbados?
And we went India. Off of India is that island. I can't remember the name where the snake charmer was.
Oh, I remember that. The Cobra.
Yeah, but I wonder where the cobra.
Oh,
That little island
yeah,
off of
that
it.
island is this wonderful hotel.
Because
Yeah, we had a wonderful hotel.
Beautiful.
I certainly have very clear memories of
But
Taj
I
Mahal.
can't remember the name of the island.
Taj
Not
Mahal.
Cyprus.
Of what?
Taj Mahal. I remember that very clearly. Because it was so hot I was almost fainting.
It was so hot.
And I was only like 6. Okay, Belarus? Nope. Belgium? Have I ever been to Belgium?
We would have.
Isn't
I
that
think-
Netherlands?
I think we went through it. We didn't.
What verse?
Well, that counts.
Belgium.
That was in Africa. We didn't go anywhere in Europe, I don't think.
No, but you weren't there.
Nope,
For the Africa.
wasn't there with Africa.
No.
So Belgium, no. How about Belize? I don't think I've been anywhere south.
No, I went to
South
Belize
America.
with Tori and Lisa on a cruise.
Benin? I haven't even heard of Benin. Bhutan?
No.
Bolivia?
No.
Bosnia? Herzegovina?
No.
Botswana? Oh, I've never been to Africa, so I can't. Have I been to Brazil?
To her?
Brazil? Have
No,
we
we've
ever?
never been to South America.
We never did, okay. How about Bulgaria? No. Faso, Burkina Faso, Burundi,
No,
Cabo Verde, Colombia. No.
no, because we didn't go to South America. I did with Tori, and
Yeah, I remember that.
that was only
How about Cameroon?
Cameroon.
Is that Africa?
No, that's
West Africa, yeah.
that was
West
yeah.
Central West Africa.
Canada, yes. No, I've never been there. Chad? Have I been to Chad?
No,
Where's Chad? That's Africa. No,
That's Africa.
Africa.
Chile? No, no
you've
Chile.
never.
China.
Have I been to China?
The closest we got to China was in Macau.
Macau, we,
That's an island. Is it on there in your map?
now,
Well, I'm sure. Look on the M's.
was Peter with us there?
Yeah, look,
That was on the way home then.
home from the Guinea.
From,
All this is Asia.
Yeah,
We were at
yeah.
was New Guinea.
M?
yeah, we walked right up to the,
M.
Huh?
we
I'm
walked
looking it
up,
up here. M.
Maca Macau.
I see Papua New Guinea.
it's right next to, the
North
border, it borders on
Macedonia.
China, and there were armed
M.
guards
Yeah.
there.
It's not here.
I have to look at the previous page. By the way, I just noticed this is only 4 pages. Macau, you said?
Macau.
Malawi?
No, MAC.
No, Malawi is Africa.
Nope.
I
not
gotta
on
look
here.
and see what that is.
Is it considered India though?
It's from Hong Kong. We
How
took
do
a
you
boat.
How do you spell it? Macau.
So China is Hong Kong, right? So I can circle that. I've been there.
Here, Macau. Macau is an autonomous region on the south coast of China, across the Pearl River Delta from Hong Kong. We were there, so why can't we say he was in China?
It's autonomous.
Autonomous region
Well,
on
if
the
it's
south
like Taiwan or Hong Kong, I've been there.
on the
been
south
to
coast
China.
of China from Hong Kong. Yeah, we were
Okay.
in Hong Kong.
Colombia, Cameroon, Congo.
It's a Portuguese territory.
What Macau?
Oh, really?
Macau
Portuguese.
is-
That's surprising. Okay, how about this? Croatia.
What? Croatia?
Croatia, no. Cyprus?
That's Greece.
Yep.
Did we come? We didn't go to Greece.
No, no.
We went to
Okay.
Greece with friends from church.
Czech Republic, Denmark, I've been to. I don't even know what that country. How about Dominica?
No.
I think I've been there on a cruise. Dominican Republic, same thing. Ecuador, Egypt. Have I ever been to Egypt? I have clear memories of climbing the
We were in Egypt.
pyramids,
From
So-
but I think they're
pyramids,
fake.
but
I
I don't-
think they're fake.
Africa, we
That was
went to-
Africa.
Yeah, we went up
And
there.
rode camels.
Okay, I think Egypt for me is a fake memory.
I think it's a memory that you've
Okay.
seen pictures of.
El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Estonia, Estonia, Ethiopia. No, I've never
we
been there.
did. We were in Ethiopia, but you weren't
Yeah.
there.
How about Fiji?
Where?
Fiji?
No,
Fiji, no.
Finland? Have I been to Finland?
No.
no. We were in Finland when we went to Russia.
How about France? Yeah, I've been to France. Gabon? No. Gambia? No. Georgia? No. Germany? Yes. Ghana? Is that Africa?
Yeah.
So I haven't been there.
No.
Greece? Have I been to Greece?
Now, Greece, I don't think, we didn't go to Greece on the way back.
No, we went to
We
Greece.
went there on a cruise
We went to Greece with Danielson's.
with Daniel.
Oh, okay.
So I know, no,
How about Grenada?
no,
Guatemala?
no.
Where's Guatemala? Is that
That's
Central America?
Central America.
Yeah, I don't think I've been there either. Guinea? No, that's Africa. Guyana? Haiti? I've been to Haiti twice. Going there this summer. Haiti.
Mm,
Poorest country on earth, and I'm going there. Honduras? Nope. Hungary? Have I been to Hungary?
no,
Iceland? Have we ever stopped there?
no, flights, University Minnesota schedules with Icelandic Air, and they stop there on the way over to Europe. But we've never taken that
Okay.
route.
India, I know I've been there.
Yeah.
Indonesia. Have I been there?
Indonesia.
That's when I think I
That's
was
the
there.
Philippines area.
Philippines and Indonesia.
We went to the Philippines. We went to Manila.
Yeah, we went to Manila, but Indonesia, I don't.
That's very close to New Guinea. Half of New Guinea is Indonesia, you know.
Oh, okay.
The western half of the island is Indonesia.
Yeah, no, we haven't been there
Okay, I'll cross that out.
because they were enemies.
Iran. I think I remember going to Iran.
Yeah.
And then how about Iraq?
Where?
Iraq?
No, I don't think we.
How about Ireland?
No,
We didn't get over to Ireland when we went
we
to
hadn't been to Ireland either. We've been to Scotland.
Scotland. We have, but not Ireland.
How about Jamaica? Yeah, I've been to Jamaica. Have I been to Japan?
Yeah.
How about Jordan?
Jordan is Israel.
Jordan.
Jordan?
Have I been to Israel?
Yeah, we were. But was that on the way back? Yeah, we saw Walter.
So I have been to Israel.
And in fact, I think he took us to a hospital. We went illegally to Jordan to a Lutheran hospital.
Really?
So we were.
Okay.
He worked there. Walter, he's the one that founded the hospital at Kilimanjaro.
How about North Korea? Before they closed up. How about South Korea? Have I been there?
No.
Kosovo, Kuwait, Kazakhstan, Laos, Laos,
Not Europe.
Latvia, Lebanon. Have I been to Lebanon?
Yeah.
Liberia, Libya, Liechtenstein.
That's a little town, a little island of a country in the middle of Europe.
Yeah, Lithuania or Luxembourg or Madagascar. Any of those?
You probably, if you've been to Switzerland and Germany, you've probably been there.
Yeah, I got those marked out. But how about Madagascar? That island, have I ever
No.
been there?
No, we didn't get over there.
Malawi, Malaysia, the Maldives. Have we ever been to the
Maldives?
Maldives?
Where?
The Maldives,
Maldives.
No.
No, we haven't.
Maldives, whatever. How about Mali or Malta?
No, the Malta, it's an island in the Mediterranean, I believe.
Okay. Marshall Islands, I'll skip that one. Mexico, yeah, I've been to Mexico.
Yeah.
Micronesia,
Micronesia, no.
I don't even know where that is. Moldova, Monaco, Mongolia.
Mongolia,
that's
that's
Russia.
above China, no.
Nope. Okay, Montenegro. How about no, not Morocco. I've never been to Africa. Mozambique, Myanmar. Have I ever been to Myanmar?
I mean,
Which now is called Burma, or it used to be called Burma. Namibia? No. Almost done here. Netherlands? Yes.
yeah.
New Zealand? Have I ever been to New Zealand?
No, you haven't.
I know we all have, except me.
Where did he go to school?
Where did
Took the
who?
bus.
What? Oh, that was in New Guinea,
That was New
Ugam.
Guinea, yeah.
Ugam, when he took a bus to
Yeah.
school.
So I've never been to New Zealand, Nicaragua, no.
He was in Ugam and then he took a bus to Madang.
Yeah.
Macedonia, Norway, I know I've been to Norway. Oman, Pakistan, not Pakistan, right?
No, because India split and we didn't go to those. Those
Okay.
were Muslim.
Papua New Guinea, yes. Paraguay,
No.
Peru, Philippines, I've been to the Philippines, right? Poland, have I been to Poland?
No.
Portugal,
No,
Qatar, no, that's Middle East. Romania.
no.
Have I ever been to Russia
We
Russia?
didn't go to Russia.
or Rwanda?
No,
Saint
that's
Kitts.
Africa.
St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent.
Well, did you when you took a cruise? I don't
Yeah.
know what islands you went to.
I know I've been to St. Lucia. Samoa, isn't that where Paul goes?
That's an island way up by New Guinea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Samoa. Yeah, we've never been there.
Yeah, bunch of islands.
Saudi Arabia,
Mm.
Senegal, Serbia,
No.
Seychelles, Sierra
Have you
Leone.
been Singapore?
Singapore is actually next. Have I been to Singapore?
Yeah.
Okay. Slovakia,
No.
that you recall. Solomon Islands. I know Paul goes there, but I don't think I've been there. How about South Africa? No, I've never been there.
Well, we stopped at the airport.
Yeah,
Was I
that
with?
That was in when we went to Africa.
Oh, that was Africa. So I've never
Was
been
that,
to
no, that was over there.
South Africa.
Verce, is your leg ready to get to empty your leg again? Looks like it. No, not.
All right, 20 more countries to go. Sweden, yes. Switzerland. Have I ever been to
Yeah.
Switzerland?
If you've been to Germany, you've probably been to.
Probably. Syria? No. Taiwan? How about Taiwan?
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Oh yeah, remember we visited Margaret?
Yeah, yeah.
How about Tajikistan? Tanzania? No, I've never been to Africa. Thailand.
Yes. Yeah, remember that wonderful boat ride on the Klong in Thailand, Bangkok?
Bank.
How about Togo or Tonga? Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, now those are
I think I went there on a cruise.
the island on the cruise.
Tunisia or Turkey?
No.
Turkestan?
Not Turkey.
Uganda? No.
We
Oh
were
yeah, we
gonna,
did go to.
we were
Well,
going to take the.
maybe we took. Maybe that was with the
It's on the Black
Danielsons.
Sea.
Was that Africa or
Turkey.
New
is-
Guinea?
What?
Turkey.
It's a country dividing the
It's-
east and the
it's-
west, Europe.
Yeah, I know that, but have I been there?
I don't know. We're talking about it.
We were going to take the train
Mm-hmm.
to the Orient Express. It was the last year it was for the original. We're
Yeah,
going-
but I don't know if we have.
But-
I can remember
but we-
going to Turkey.
But we had 5 kids. Mark was not there.
We had
kids,
Wendy,
and
but we had Wendy and
we just blacked out.
huh? We had, remember my mom and Wendy met us, in or was that Africa? Oh no, that was Africa. Wendy and my mother.
You know, they,
When we went, when my mother and Wendy met us,
yeah,
we went to Vegas in
at the
Norway.
airport in
That's when we went to Rome and everything. When we were
Yeah.
before Peter.
Okay, how about Ukraine? Have I been there?
no.
No,
Or Emirates? United Arab?
no.
UK? Yeah, I've been to the UK. Have I been to the United States?
United States.
Yeah.
You've stepped on it.
Uruguay?
Ur-
Uzbekistan?
No.
Uzbekistan? Vatican City? Have I been there?
No, we have, but you.
That was Rome, right? That's Rome.
We
That's
did,
Rome.
but that wasn't with Peter. That was
No,
with
that
our
was
other.
my first trip.
How about Vietnam?
Vietnam or Cambodia. No, we didn't go to either of those.
Or Yemen or Zambia?
What was
or
the
Sim-
first one?
Vietnam, Yemen,
Oh, Yemen.
Zambia, and Zimbabwe.
No.
Okay, that's it. I'm curious how many that is. I'll count them up later.
I'm gonna count them up now.
Oh, I can. If you're curious. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You've been to a number of them that we have not. You know, on some cruises.
Yeah, I gotta include my trips to Holsby and such. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's not going to be 66. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 countries.
Mm. But that's a lot.
That is.
Oh, it's ridiculous because most people, I know so many kids when I taught that they've never been out of the
Minnesota.
7-county
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, it's amazing that they haven't been out of the state.
Nope.
You know, just
And here we've been to 29 countries. And I hope for a few more this year if Sarah, well, if I live. That's all I'm going to say because I don't care if, I want to go with Sarah. I think that'd be very memorable. But if she doesn't go, I'm still going. It'll just cost me double. But that's that and Urcha. 2 last things I'm going to do before the end.
and you would go alone.
Well, not really alone. I'd get a stranger.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a website called
You
Cruise
have to
Mates,
share. Yeah.
and you just hang out and sleep in the same room. Otherwise, you're free. You know?
Mm.
I figure anyone who's my age and wants a cruise, they're not going to be crazy or anything weird.
We just took one cruise, and that was the second missionary journey of Paul.
I remember that.
Other than we went to Alaska with Jerry and Dave.
And then
Yeah.
you've been on one of Tori. Right?
Remember Alaska?
Yeah, that was not a cruise exactly, but it was just transportation rather than flying. We went from the Vancouver up there, and then we flew back.
I've been, as far as I know, I've been on 7 cruises.
Cruises?
And that's always with my kids.
Well, we
So,
went with Danielson's,
I
then we
hope
went
they have
with Jerry
good
and
memories of
Dave.
that.
And then we went on the Oslo Fjord.
Yeah, just transportation across to
Yeah,
Norway.
but you remember the Alaskan trip, that was nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, just hearing from you guys, you saw Denali, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Is that now called McKinley?
I think it's Denali currently. McKinley was too.
I
I
think
keep
it,
getting this, and I look at them, and I would love to do them, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Viking. Viking is amazing, but it's way too expensive for me.
yeah.
They're about 10,000 each, I think. For a regular cruise is about 600. But yeah,
You know,
I'll
there's,
take a look at this later.
out of San Francisco, there's a company, Ford Transport. It's a shipping company that ships all over the world. And they have, I heard about this down in Phoenix. They have
You mean like Maersk or something?
about 5 or 6 passengers.
Maersk?
That-
One of those cargo ships?
Yeah. And they stop all over, delivering packages or cargo, and you eat with the captain every night. And
Container ships, yep.
But I think back when we talked with them in Phoenix, they weren't the huge ones they are now.
Yeah, right now they got 8,000 containers on board. They can't
But
even
it'd be
fit
fun to
through.
go through the Panama Canal.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them can't even get through anymore. They have to go the
Yeah.
long way. It still pays off to go through South
Why
America.
you can't get through? Why?
They're too big. Panama Canal is like, what, 100 years old or something.
It's just that the ships now are too
The ships are way too big. Yeah, they can't get
large.
through. Now, this is something you maybe don't know. You can, if I had $1 million, I would bring us all, but you can go to St. Paul and get on a biking cruise and go all the way to Louisiana.
Mississippi then?
All the way down the Mississippi. They start up again in just a few weeks. But it's like $10,000.
It's so
They're
much just to
expensive,
go
I know it.
that far. I mean, that close, and it's so much.
Yeah, but they probably stop every single night, you know, for excursions. And where a regular cruise, you know, you're out at sea for days. You know, the one Sarah and I are looking into.
You know,
It's still cheap. It's less than some hotels.
We had some
About
friends.
$100 a day.
We had some friends first covenant that took a round the world cruise.
Oh, wouldn't that be
Remember?
I can't hear you.
And around the world cruise. There was
Oh yeah.
a couple from First Cub that did that.
fun? Oh, that would be so much fun.
That's a lot of sea time.
Denise and I were thinking about it, but I don't know why we're not. But I guess she's done with cruising. But you can go to L.A., Los Angeles, grab a ship and go to Hawaii for 2 weeks.
A 2 week. and
To Hawaii.
You stay on the
I
ship.
think
And they go around about 8 sites, and then you go all the way back to L.A.
I think
Your
Jerry,
hotel is the ship.
Yep.
Jerry and Dave did that with Wendy and Bruce and when they lived out in California.
Did they? To
But
Hawaii?
they only wasn't an expensive one where they went for 2 or 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
See, Peter, up in that pillar, there's a squirrel constantly up there. Do they make nests up there?
Sure, yeah.
No? Why would they do it now before when it's summer?
Well, right now it's the deep
A squirrel
mating
nest?
season right now.
What?
It's the mating season right now for sure. They're all having babies.
He's just sitting up in that last pillar up there.
It's
a
like the
squirrel.
birds too.
I didn't know a squirrel. I thought they made in trees.
Nope, not always. Especially if they're red squirrels. I'd have to see what this is.
They don't lay on eggs, do they? I mean, they don't.
They have little babies just like cats and dogs.
But are the babies born way up high like that?
Yep, with their eyes shut and
Well, don't they? He might fall. He's just got a little ledge he's sitting on.
yeah, he's fine. Do you see last night I didn't sleep well. I never sleep well. I was up from around 1 to 6 this morning.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I was up from about 1 to 6 this morning because
Yes, a lot of
I
your
never
posts.
sleep good.
You said, I'm going to go to blank. You didn't say Cub. I knew you meant Cub.
Oh yeah,
I forgot to write it.
but at exactly 4:59. I mean, this is when it's pitch dark out still. All the house finches started calling.
Well, that dumb Darren had to go and correct your finch story.
What finch story?
You wrote on Facebook the finches came here 4 years ago from somewhere.
Yeah, from an
Yeah.
accident in
And then
New
he
York.
wrote underneath that, he said they came 35 years ago, and he told about how they come.
Oh, how am
Yeah.
I supposed to know that? I wish it would alert you if you get a response. I'll have to look.
I said, that's typical Darren gonna correct you.
Yeah. He'll go out of his way to correct me.
You know what? I think there's 2 squirrels up there. Peter, will you look for me?
Yeah, when I get up.
Oh, yeah, there is, because one just crept up on top.
Where are you talking about, by the way?
That last brown pillar, there's 2 brown pillars. And on top of the brown pillar, there's 2. But they're like they're laying on nests.
Well, they do take care of. They're probably breastfeeding right now, because they've already had babies. Now, when you say pillar, do you mean the front door or right on your deck?
No, that where the front door is, those 2 pillars, one on either
And
side.
well, there's,
Oh, I see.
there's 3, and it's the middle one.
Is there? No, there's only 2, I think. 2 pillars. Now it jumped down.
Yeah,
Nope,
it's
I don't
gone.
see 'em.
It is gone now.
All I see is 2 pillars and neither one has any nesting.
No, one went up and one went down.
They don't have any nesting material on them, so. I was just gonna try to see
Yeah, I don't know why they're sitting
if
there.
they're gray or red squirrels.
But now that they're really little.
Oh, then they're red squirrels, like this.
There's another one up there.
Not this giant gray ones. Okay, it's a red squirrel. They nest
Yeah,
everywhere.
another one, a small one.
Yeah, he said it's a red squirrel.
Ah,
Yep, gray squirrels are huge, and they only nest in trees, as far as I know.
Can you tell my upper lip is swollen?
No, what happened?
I have
Oh, that meds. Did you take that tramadol?
Yeah, but I also took a pill of Dad's. Well, I know they're nesting up there.
Yeah, that is an unusual place.
But it's not a very big group. Hope they don't fall.
Oh. I'm still looking forward to Mayo.
I'm so looking forward to you going there too.
I just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I never feel good. I felt okay the last week or two, but it's always a 1 or a 2 out of 10.
You were feeling good some time ago because you'd say, I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of days now. Right now it's about a 2. It's just enough to be annoying, that's
Your
all.
stomach?
Right here. Fall was right there.
now does it matter if you eat or not?
Nope.
Or it's constant.
Nothing. I haven't eaten now in 2 days. But since last night, you won't. I don't know why, but I've gotten so into milk the last 2 months.
You
So I bought a gallon of
Milk.
Milk. Bought a gallon of milk with Denise last night at Cub. She just ran me to the front door. I'm already out. So I
My
drank a gallon in
Goodness.
15
You drank
hours.
a whole gallon?
In about 15 hours, yeah. But I just got more when I got your fish.
I love milk. I really do.
I do
cold
too.
Milk.
I'm really
I put-
surprised. I
I
haven't
put
used.
an ice cube in it to get it cold.
You know,
I
yeah,
haven't had it for years,
but I
but
don't
now
drink-
I'm back, really back into it.
the thing is that when you're gone without it for years, that could be why you're having a problem because you're back on it again. And you know, kids that
Well, I quit it, remember, for a week or two? I quit
You
it to
tried.
see if I was lactose intolerant. And nothing changed, and then I
Do you-
suddenly started drinking it
Do you,
constantly. Nothing changed.
do kids develop a sensitivity to milk if they don't grow up on it?
no, they're good with it although growing up. Then usually they quit when they're in high school or something. And then after that usually people don't drink it. And then if you go back on it now, then might be lactose intolerant because you kind of you get used to it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what else could you possibly drink? You know, I don't like pop.
Yeah.
It's too sweet. And lemonade was good, but I got sick of it. I haven't made lemonade now in about 2 weeks.
When do the wrens come back and making nests and all?
They should be here now.
I haven't heard any wrens.
Well, then you're probably not going to get any.
One
this
of our
summer.
one of our wren houses, the cover is ripped. Dad fixed it and it's broken again.
Oh, have Mark fix it. He's coming
Yeah.
home today, you know.
Mark, I don't know where he is. He's
We've had
I talked to him today.
we've had wrens here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Last year. Were we here last year?
Yeah.
We weren't here last